I've been a filmmaker for over 13 years now, traveling the world and making content for corporations, celebrities, and stories involving many cultures. Now, all of that has stopped as we are faced with a global pandemic.
Coronavirus.
To COVID-19. It's coronavirus.
Here in New York, the number of coronavirus
Social distancing measures until the government believes COVID-19 is under control.
Forced with having a stay-at-home order, I've decided to create a show that talks about professionals in their industry and how COVID-19 has impacted them. I hate being in front of the camera. I look rough and raw, but that's what this show is all about, keeping it real and, in fact, keeping it a buck.
What do you mean you don't follow the news?
I'll turn it over quick.
Sex doctor herself.
Hey! How are you?
Crypto, man, welcome to the show.
Yeah, bro, what's good, man?
One and only Shardell Moore. One and only Ricky Platinum.
Salute from there. Check in. If you ain't been doing your goddamn history in the past goddamn 10 years, I go by the name Tone people.
After a couple of weeks of lockdown, the gyms are closed due to coronavirus.
Gyms and fitness centers in Jackson County are closed indefinitely.
Meanwhile, the owner of that Oceanside gym was cited and handcuffed over the weekend for opening its doors to clients. The gym is closed once again today.
With people looking for fitness helps, now more than ever, fitness trainers are scrambling to adapt to this new norm. Larry Mark of GBE and Coach T, boxing trainer, are both using their platforms and time to train masses in this devastating time.
I've been preaching, living right, as healthy as you can, eating as healthy as you can for years now. And for the first time, as bad of a situation as Corona is, it's terrible. I'm sorry for anyone who lost loved ones, things like that. But from my vantage point, I can stand back and see how hard people have started to make that transition and that change and dial in more into what they're putting in their bodies.
For all the fighters out there, I would tell you, don't use this as an excuse to stop training, man. Still train. There's still things that you can do to keep yourself sharp during this time, because boxing is an unforgiving sport, and whatever you do, it's going to show.
First up is Larry Mark, who has transitioned from being a professional soccer player to a full-time trainer. I'd like to introduce you the extraordinary himself, the fitness guru, Larry Mark. And this man is doing push-ups, doing work as we speak. You getting it in, huh?
Hey, son, I gotta do it, baby. We gotta get better every day, bro.
Man, you on that Corona workout. What's that called? Rona workout?
Yeah, it's called Survive.
Oh yeah.
That's called Survive, baby.
Man, I see you getting it in, man. Was that like 100 push-ups?
Something slight, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something slight. By 98, lost count about 94. Just working on some dynamic push-up variations. Gotta be creative in these times, you know what I'm saying?
It's a pleasure to have you on and to share your insights and, your knowledge about weight training. And let everybody know, who you are and what you're doing and everything like that.
Okay, appreciate you. Well, for one, I would like to say it's definitely a pleasure to be here with my man Jerome Hyde, doing big things as well out here, Known him since the Sandbox. I'm definitely proud of my man. So yeah, like you were saying, in the fitness industry now, kind of trickled into that industry from playing sports. Grew up in the area playing soccer, basketball, running track, all those things. But soccer was my first love. Parents from the island, so that's what we was doing. You already know that's what we was doing. Played in school, played in college, ended up going to the pros after college. Had some injury issues. Playing in the pros, so had to kind of revamp what I was gonna do. Had a child, so I had to think about, what should I do next? Was always a fit guy. Always had people hit me up. Hey, dog, work me out. What you do to work out? How you get your body like that? So it was just kind of like a natural little switch that I made over into the fitness field. I was always very passionate about that, working out, eating right, things like that. So just started to get the exact proper knowledge, hidden in books, and then just from there.
So I just want the viewers to know, man, like we dealing with a person that been in fitness throughout his entire life, whether it's from soccer and then transferring over to being a fitness trainer. And then after his career was finished, he decided to, train some more and train the people on what he thinks and believes like the body, mind, and spirit should have. So with that being said, man, we all know this is a crazy time that we're living in. What insight can you give people regarding coronavirus and how you can stay healthy?
No question. And I definitely want to say I can see, right, from a fitness standpoint. You know me, I've been preaching, living right, as healthy as you can, eating as healthy as you can for years now. And for the first time, I mean, as bad of a situation as Corona is, it's terrible. I'm sorry for anyone who lost loved ones, things like that. But from my vantage point, I can stand back and see how hard people have started to make that transition and that change and dial in more into what they're putting in their bodies. You know what I mean? I mean, these are things people like me in the fitness industry were trying to warn people, especially our Black brothers and sisters, for years, man. Hypertension, diabetes is real, right? What we put in our bodies is real, right? All this trash they put in our communities is real. They doing it on purpose. It's a trap for real, right? We got to wake up and be aware of this trap that we're in. So it sucks now that it's kind of like imploding on us, right? It's like Black people, at first we joking around, like we can't get it. Then we realize, damn, we the most susceptible to getting it because of, these pre-wide diseases that we already kind of had in us. So that being said, if you haven't already turned up as far as being aware of what you eat, do it ASAP.
My bad. Just to touch a little bit on that, how important is it for people with those sickness to really take coronavirus a lot serious?
It's not a game. It's not a game at all. It's not a game at all. It's not a game at all. If you already had those pre-existing conditions, that means literally at any given moment, man, you are in great danger. You're in a lot of jeopardy. And at any given moment, man, that thing can pounce. So you definitely got to be safeguarding yourself. I mean, yeah, I'm joking around talking about the workouts called Survive, but nah, for real. Now's the time, survival of the fittest. I mean, it's been a part of the world, right? It's always been a part of this world, survival of the fittest. And we definitely, as humans, are facing that right now. Like, you got to be fit to survive right now, for real. So, I mean, hey, same thing from a fitness standpoint. I've been a dude who's been outside running. I've been a street runner for as long as I know. Grew up with my father running outside in the street, as far as fitness goes. And now is the most I've ever seen people outside running. You know what I'm saying? And I love it.
Bruh, I go outside and I seen so many people outside I seen all year.
People look like they never ran a day in their life. They look, they trying to figure out how to move and stuff. Like, hey, do your thing, bro.
Like, what is going on? Hey, so look, man. So for the people that's afraid to go outside and just like stay inside, what are some advice or techniques or exercise can you give them to continue to be active? Because, like they say, if you're not going outside, you're losing your vitamin D. That's where the sun at. If you stand inside, you're not doing nothing, then you being relaxed, your body getting complacent, you getting fat. Like, what are some exercise or things you could suggest?
Yeah, I'll show a couple of things and I'll speak on that real quick. Step number one, go outside, right? Don't be too afraid to go outside. They're saying it's good to go outside for a little bit. Even if you're too afraid, you're a hypochondriac, you don't want no germs, nobody getting on you. All right, find a little quiet spot by yourself, 10, 15, 30 minutes, do something. So if you're too afraid to go out and run, go outside, or even if it's in your room, you know what I'm saying? I can show you some things, right? Just it's about getting your heart rate up and keeping it up.
Okay. We getting up and about to do it. Hold up, we about to get up and do it? All right, we about to get up. We about to get up. Oh.
So step number one, right? Easy little, you know what I'm saying? You can put your hands on the wall and just drive your knees in the air as high as you can. Yeah, knee drives. There we go. About 10 of those real quick. Left and right is one. Three, let's go. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, boom. Right in the jumping jacks. We can do 10 jumping jacks right now. There we go. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, boom. We got some elbow knees.
You trying to make me sweat? You trying to make me sweat already, baby?
Hey, get that heart rate up, baby. Survive, baby.
Yeah.
Oh. 2 sides. 1, 2, 3.
Man, this is crazy.
Get on the ground, 10 push-ups. 1, 2.
This all at one time?
All one time. 7, 8, 9, 10. Take your heart rate. Look, how long? That was about 45 seconds right there. My heart already racing. Look, room tide. He ain't even finished his push-ups yet. Hey, check your heart. That joint racing. Well, I'm already turned up a little bit, but look, I'm sweating and everything. Little nipple sweat.
Man, you don't got me sweating and I ain't even really do nothing for real.
Look at my metabolism on 100 though.
So if you do that like every day or even every other day, you'll be all right?
But if you're a person starting from scratch and you're doing that every other day, 15 minutes, oh yeah, you're gonna be a lot further along. And the trick is you do it as much as you can every day, or like I try to say, get better every day, which is a mentality. Even if you can't do the exercises every day, but that's your mentality. Like I'm gonna get more healthier every, you know what I'm saying, based on what I'm eating, or maybe I'll take more steps or walk more. I live in an apartment. Instead of taking an elevator today, I'm gonna take the steps. You see what I'm saying? Little things like that. I'm gonna ride my bike today, whatever. It's gotta be your mentality.
Man, that really triggered in just in a matter of maybe a minute or 2 minutes, really triggered my heart rate up so high that I felt a little sweat going on, you know what I mean? And
Get that heart rate up. Even if it's only 15 minutes, get your heart rate up. Get it up. Get it up.
So as a fitness person, what do you also recommend us to eat?
I'm going to tell you specifically, but before I say that, I want to make it known that what you eat is just as, if not more important, when it comes to working out and being healthy, achieving fitness goals, losing weight, gaining muscle mass, what have you, right? Because there's a lot of people out there who like, I'm going to work out, I'm going to run, woo, and then come back and eat garbage, right? You're killing your chances of production, right? It's science, it's a scientific thing. When you put the right things inside your body, it helps your body to make those changes. Okay. So if you're doing all the greatest workouts in the world, but you're not eating properly, you're not going to get those changes in your body you're looking for. And that's a main thing that people don't understand.
Okay. Man, look, man, the insight that you gave us, man, was monumental. I can't thank you enough, man, for coming onto the show and just sharing your knowledge and your expertise. And I'm congratulating you not only as a friend, man, but as a pioneer in the community, because you've been doing this for a long time. I just want to salute you, man, and thank you for keeping it a buck.
Thank you, bro. Hey, get better every day, bro. Get better every day. Whatever you do, get better every day. No matter the times crazy, hey, still a great day to be alive, man. Use it. Use your time to get better today. Thank you.
Next up is Coach T, dedicated to the craft of boxing. Coach T has been training athletes for more than 15 years now. I'm delighted to bring on my next guest. Man, he's doing a lot of things in the DMV and globally, just based off of this pandemic and how he has transitioned his norm into this new norm and providing services online. And I assure you, he's the right person to get fit, but not only get fit, sharpen up your boxing skills. And Coach T, man, I would like to invite you to the show, man. Thank you so much for coming on.
Hey man, appreciate you having me, Chad. I appreciate this.
Yes,
it's
sir,
always
man.
a blessing to be able to express yourself on these platforms, man. So I appreciate you having me.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you for coming on, man. So for the people that don't know you or not familiar with you, man, tell everybody who you are, in depth, and what you do.
My name is Terrence, but everybody knows me as Coach T. Native Washingtonian. I've been in the fitness industry for about 15 years. I have been a gym owner, our training club located in Adams Morgan. I've been owning and operating my own facility for the last 8 years. So,
nice.
So nice. I'm blessed.
How does the coronavirus impact your industry, not just training, but boxing as a whole?
Well, I mean, you know, for me personally, or for any, you know, small studio, fitness facility, gym, Even big corporations, we've all had to shut down shop. Fortunately for me, I had already started doing some dabbling with some online training a few years back. I want to say like 2017. Obviously, people prefer to come to the studio and hit the mitts and hit the bag and, have that, one-on-one personal connection or that connection in person.
Mm-hmm.
So, it kind of fizzled out. That was one of those things that was going to be like a seasonal thing, during the winter.
What are other ways you try to make capital, make funds within a time like this?
It's a lot different than how it was when me and you was coming up, man. It's definitely a lot more opportunity to, get some money. You have to be safe. You gotta be smart. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, if you're somebody who has, been laid off or furloughed or something like that, I mean, you can't be too proud to, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Fill out an Uber Eats cart or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Like, hey man, go Instacart. You gonna
Yeah.
do something? You know what I'm saying? Because if I didn't have this, that's what I would be doing.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't be too proud to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now I think in a time like this, we gotta throw a lot of egos out the door, man. Because who cares at this point? Who cares if you're a grocery worker or if you're a gas station worker? Who cares, man? Because at this point, it's all about survival.
I bet you they think grocery workers are essential now.
Right.
But now you see, you need them peoples at Harris Teeter and Shoppers and Safeway. You need them.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like the minimum wage need to be expeditiously higher than what it is now.
Oh man.
You know what I mean? Because it's like they're on the front lines for real.
They on the super front line.
Mm-hmm.
They're on the super front line. Before COVID-19, I tell people all the time, like, when we walk around, I mean, the air's polluted, like, especially in a city like DC, like, it's a million cars on the road. They got construction everywhere. Like, if you think you haven't been breathing in toxins this whole time, you tripping. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not giving yourself that, a fighting chance, and you just constantly abusing your body, that's why, I mean, and people, I know people going to call me a downer for this one, but like crushing the alcohol constantly and all, like, it weakens our immune system. So it's like, you just had to have that balance. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling people not to drink or not to have fun or not to enjoy themselves or not to eat what they want, but you gotta have that balance, man.
Let's toast to that, man. Being healthy as best as we can, man. Health is wealth, man.
Yes, sir. I'm on my CBD right now.
Mm-hmm. Now, in the boxing, of course, I think since February to up to now, we haven't seen any boxing matches. We've seen all reruns on TV, anything like that. And I'm a big boxing fan. I love to watch boxing on TV. I love to go to the events. But just like any other
fight we got was Wilder and Fury.
Yeah, basically. And I love going to the fights, man. But just like any other sporting event, it's shut down because you can't be in the capacity of thousands or hundreds of people. Speak to, as a boxer influencer, what do you think the direction of boxing is going? Do you think we ever get back to seeing boxing in a capacity like how we did? What are your thoughts?
Boxing as a whole, I think, was trending in the right direction. They started getting a lot more exposure with the TV deals, and PBC signing the deal with Fox, and the Zone app, and you know what I'm saying. All these, ESPN locked in on boxing, so they definitely were trying to bring boxing back to the mainstream, because I felt like for a while, they made it so underground, and then UFC came along, and just basically took boxing and like a wrestling federation sort of approach. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So I felt like boxing had to do something to get back in the forefront. So I felt like it was trending in the right direction before this pandemic. For all the fighters out there, I would tell you, don't use this as an excuse to stop training, man. Still train. There's still things that you can do to keep yourself sharp during this time, because boxing is an unforgiving sport, and whatever you do, it's gonna show. I mean, it ain't no whatever you do or don't do, it's gonna show.
Yeah, man. Look, man, man, you came on and shared so much information. I appreciate you, man, for coming on.
I appreciate you, man. Let me come on here and run my mouth for a good 20 minutes, man. I appreciate it, home.
I salute you, brother.
Hey, toast to that, toast to that, toast to that.
Sir.
My good man, appreciate you again.
Yeah.
What's up?